I'm about to present to you my abridged reading of Chapter 6 of Mantak Chia's Taoist Secrets of Love, Cultivating Male Sexual Energy. This chapter addresses several practical techniques handed down over thousands of years, which will deepen your understanding of your body's sexual function, and if practiced regularly, will bestow upon you total control of your natural compulsion to ejaculate when sexually aroused. Once learned, you can use this power as you see fit, but Chia does strongly recommend using the energy for mental and spiritual development. Indeed, the difference between these methods and simply edging oneself is the opening of the microcosmic orbit and the deliberate circulation of the generated sexual energy, and for the advanced student, its transmutation into elevated states of consciousness. As with previous chapters, I have massively edited the text for brevity, and although you can learn the basics right here in this video, I recommend you look up the PDF linked below or buy the hard copy to get the full effect, detailed descriptions of how each exercise will feel when done correctly, and all the background information Chia provides. If this is your first encounter with this abridged reading of Mantak Chia's Taoist Secrets of Love, please follow the link in the description to part 1, as there is a preface which explains what this book is about and what my intention with sharing it in this format is. The reading continues. Chapter 6, The Dance of the Testes, Exercises for Pelvic Strength. In this chapter we study 2 excellent pelvic diaphragm exercises that build your urogenital and anus ring muscles, thus greatly strengthening your control of your erection and reducing the likelihood of misfire. Careful practice of these exercises will also prepare you for learning to retain the vital seed during intercourse. America is presently exercise crazy, yet, except for sexual activity, few exercises strengthen the crucial pelvic muscles. There exist pelvic exercises which greatly strengthen the reproductive organs and the complex network of tendons surrounding them. Strength in this department is of inestimable importance. It is the root of a man's health. All of the major acupuncture meridians carrying qi between the vital organs pass by this area. If it is blocked or weak, energy will dissipate and the organs and brain will suffer. This is what happens to most men in old age. Their rectal and pelvic muscles become loose and their vital qi energy slowly drains out, leaving them weak and feeble. It is important to remember that the foundation of penis strength is seminal retention. Spending the semen brings about premature impotence and decay. These exercises massage and stimulate the pelvic region. Life energy is driven down into the testes, filling them with extraordinary vitality. These exercises, combined with the big draw method of semen retention in Chapter 7, will allow you to create a permanent store of sexual essence in your body. Only then can you begin to refine it into a higher state and combine it with your qi and spirit to regain wholeness. The body possesses not one but several diaphragms. Everyone is familiar with the thoracic diaphragm in the chest that causes it to expand on inhalation. Lesser known is the pelvic diaphragm and the urogenital diaphragm, which separates the pelvis from the perineum. To practice sexual kung fu properly, you must use not only the chest diaphragm, but also the pelvic one. Real deep breathing issues from this lower diaphragm. These 2 diaphragms are the lower seals to hold the life force, the qi energies, from escaping out through the lower openings in the body. When tightly sealed, they will increase the qi pressure in the abdomen. When qi pressure strengthens, it will invigorate the vital organs and move the qi and blood flow better. Taoists regard the scrotum as the lowest diaphragm, one that functions like a pump. The scrotum is the factory that produces the sexual energy, sperm, and male hormones. So there is a tremendous store of yin, qi, cold life force energy in this area. All sexual energy, whether male or female, is yin in its latent or resting state. However, yin energy can rapidly change its nature and become more yang or hot when sexually aroused. This can only happen if the sperm is already manufactured while the testicles are still cool. The cold yin sperm qing qi is more dense than the hot yang qing or sexual energy. Most people experience their sexual energy only when aroused and the qing qi is hot, although certainly is always present. This means the cold energy, since it is thicker and slower to move, needs all the help it can get on its path up to the higher center. If you can open the microcosmic orbit first, it will make it much easier. In the testicle breathing exercise, you use your mind to draw the cold, yin, youthful sperm energy up the spine to your head. You draw not the sperm itself, but the energy generated by the sperm. At first it's slow going, but the energy is easy to deal with since it's still cool. The second exercise, scrotal compression, trains you to build up warm Qing Qi energy in the scrotal sac and move this energy safely upward. The third exercise, the power lock, shows you how to deal with the Qing when it is sexually aroused and very hot, and the most difficult to control. It is recommended you practice this alone, using self-arousal, before attempting to tame your sex energy at its most explosive, during lovemaking with a woman. Contained and protected within your spinal column and head is the very heart of your nervous system. Cushioning it is the cerebrospinal fluid. This fluid, as it turns out, is circulated by two pumps. One is in the sacrum and is known as the sacral pump. The other is in the region of your upper neck and head, the cranial pump. Many people who got these pumps working have reported feeling a big bubble of energy travel up their spine during testicle breathing. In Taoist cultivation, the pelvis, scrotum, urogenital diaphragm, sacrum and cranial pump are very important to help move the sexual energy up to the higher centre. Testicle breathing, step by step. Sit on the edge of a chair with the buttocks and legs supporting your weight. The scrotum hangs free in the air. This point is important because the testes must be freely suspended in order for you to push a maximum of air energy down into them. Raise the tongue to the roof of the mouth, as this is essential in circulating the qi, completing the loop between the front and back channels of the microcosmic orbit. The feet are firmly planted on the floor, with hands resting palm down on the knees. The back should be quite straight at the waist, but slightly round at the shoulders and neck. This very minor forward curvature of the upper back tends to relax the chest and helps the power flow through the neck, chest and abdomen. Keep the chin slightly tucked in. 1. Wear loose pants or wear nothing from your waist down so it can literally all hang out. Allow your attention to center around your scrotum between the two testicles, and you might be surprised to discover that it really is cold or yin down there. Make sure you feel very relaxed. If you are tense, do some stretching exercises or take a walk first to disperse tension. 2. Inhale slowly and pull the testicles up. Hold for a while, then exhale slowly and lower the testicles. As you inhale, think of the breath going down into the testes and filling them up. At the same time, raise the testes with the breath. Gently continue inhaling and exhaling with the testicles until you feel a lot of cold energy in the scrotum. Draw the life-giving air to the very root of the body. Breathe out the accumulated wastes as the testes sink downwards. Generate a strong flow of energy to swiftly circulate the pelvic blood. Use the mind alone to cause the movement of the testes up and down. Don't flex your penis or anus muscles. Unless specifically indicated otherwise, all breathing is to be done through the nose. Nasal breathing affords better control of the air inhaled. The whole body must relax. Allow all tension to flow out of you as if you were in meditation. With practice, you will learn to identify the cold Qing Qi stored in the scrotum area. 3. Guide that cold feeling from your scrotum to your perineum by inhaling and pulling up slightly on your testicles. At the same time, feel it coolly flow the few inches to the perineum, an action induced by putting your mind at the perineum and holding it there. The retention of the Qing Qi at the perineum is very important, for if you release your attention, the cold energy will drop down to the scrotum or leak out. It is just like you're using a straw to draw up the fluid. You need to keep the attention by holding your finger over the straw. If you release it, it will drop down and you'll have to start again. 4. Begin to draw the sex energy from the testes up the back channel as if sipping on a straw. Inhale. Draw the cold from your testicles to the perineum and then draw it up to your coccyx, the very bottom end of your spine. There's an area a little up from the tip of your spine, mostly bone, that's called the sacrum. Hold the energy at the sacrum for a while, then exhale, but hold your attention at the sacrum. 5. If you've managed to go up through your coccyx, spend the next week drawing the cold to T11 in your mid-back, the 11th thoracic vertebra. Do it in the same manner, with an inhale-exhale at the testes and sucking it up your spinal straw to the perineum, sacrum, T11. Pull up and retain at T11 till it feels full and continues to open and move up by itself. 6. Your next stopping place is at your jade pillow. This is at the back of your head between C1 and the base of the skull. Do it in the same manner as described by inhaling, exhaling at the testicles, and keep on pumping the energy up to perineum, sacrum, T11 and the base of the skull. 7. Your next stopping point is Pai Hui, at the crown of your head. Do it in the same manner, only this time fill the straw to the top. 8. When the energy finally goes up into your head, it should feel good and refreshing. The extra energy should help your creative power and improve your memory. You can think more clearly and are at the beginning stage of controlling your sexual urges or frustrations. 9. In the beginning you can just go from station to station till you feel the back channel, governor channel, is more open. Eventually you'll be able to put your mind in the testicles and the crown of the head and just mentally move the sexual energy from the testicles up all the way to the brain. 10. Take your time to really feel the cold when you practice. Don't rush it, and always keep those pumps going as you breathe in and out. Use more mind than physical pull when you do all this. Compressing the air into the scrotum increases sexual power. Many benefits of the testicle breathing are magnified when performed in conjunction with the scrotal compression exercise. This exercise reduces the incidence of nocturnal emission and premature ejaculation. It helps you calm down when sexually overexcited by teaching you to consciously direct energy into and out of the pelvic region. Scrotal compression exercise step by step. Inhale a fairly large amount of air into the throat and swallow the air. Swallowing drives the air down into the solar plexus. From this center it will be driven down to the testes. This is accomplished by contracting the abdominal muscles downward in a slow wave. From the solar plexus the air is rolled down into the pelvic region. From there it is compressed into the testes. 1. Sit on the edge of your chair with your feet flat on the floor about a shoulder apart. Wear loose pants or wear nothing from your waist down so your testicles literally hang out. 2. Inhale through the nostrils into the throat. From there, swallow the air down to the solar plexus, midway between your heart and your navel. Imagine the air as a ball. 3. First the ball sits behind the solar plexus. From this point, roll it down to the navel, then into the pelvis and scrotum. 4. Forcibly compress the air into the scrotum for as long as you can. The minimum period for each compression should be 30 to 40 seconds. Slowly work up to at least 1 minute. Every single scrotal compression shoots tremendous energy into the testes. The anal sphincter and perineum muscle must be squeezed tight during this exercise to prevent leakage of energy. 5. When you have finished the compression, exhale and relax completely. 6. After complete exhalation, take a number of quick, short breaths to recover your wind. Dart the air in and out of the nostrils to quickly regain capacity for another compression. Remember to breathe through the nose, and do not inhale unduly large quantities of air. This method alone yields real benefits. In addition to those benefits already mentioned, it also helps cure impotence or deficient virility. Insomnia and nervousness often radically improve with these breathing techniques. General lack of energy and associated symptoms may also be relieved with regular practice. If you've retained your sexual fluid for 4 weeks or more, the exercise should start to take effect within 3 days after beginning practice. A month or 2 of exercise will produce substantial increase in strength and well-being. The power lock exercise for sealing the seminal fluid. When you are well trained in this exercise, you can use a variant of it during sexual intercourse known as the big draw. The power locking method is done without a partner as a daily practice exercise. The method is the best for building power in the perineum to seal the seminal fluid. In the testicle breathing, you move the cold sexual energy, the Qing Qi that lies in the scrotum in its yin state after production by the testicles, up to the head and then down into the body. With the scrotal compression exercise, you force the Qi energy that is produced in the organs, heart, lungs, spleen, etc., down to mix with the cold Qing Qi resting in the sexual organs. Then you move the resulting warm energy upwards and circulate it. In the power lock exercise, we arouse the sexual organ, turning the cold energy that lies in the seminal vascular duct into hot sexual energy. This heat is generated by the movement of millions of sperm cells. This yang energy is more explosive, harder to control, and always seeking the most direct path out to a cooler yin environment. In this exercise, you need to arouse the penis about 90% of the way to orgasmic ejaculation. Do not go beyond the point of no return, or you will have no sperm chi to practice with for a while. As you master the power lock, you may fine-tune how close you come to ejaculation and stop at 98 or 99%. Rub the glands of the penis until it is erect. When you have a feeling that orgasm is imminent, stop and do the power locking method 3 to 9 times or until the erection subsides. This counts as one exercise. Practice makes perfect. Once you gain control of your sexual organs totally in this practice, you will naturally have full control in sexual intercourse. I recommend practicing up to 10,000 times in order to gain advanced control, although some will naturally master it much more quickly if they have trained their mind through yoga, meditation, or other disciplines. Power lock exercise step by step. 1. Sitting position is the same as in testicle breathing. Feet flat on the floor, wear loose pants or naked from the waist down. Stimulate your penis to erection. Center your attention on your sexual organs and the expanding energy in the penis and scrotum. 2. Inhale deeply through your nose when near orgasm. Simultaneously clench both fists, claw your feet down. Make them feel like vacuum pumps sucking at the floor. At the same time, clench your jaw, tighten the cranial pump at the back of your neck and press your tongue firmly to the roof of your mouth. Inhale once more and draw up the entire genital anus region, concentrating on the Hua Yin, perineum, urogenital diaphragm, and especially the penis. Pull the energy from the penis to the perineum by squeezing as tightly as possible. Holding your breath, slowly count to 9 with all muscles fully flexed. When you're out of breath, exhale and release all muscles in the body. You may feel energy rush up and down, especially in the sexual region. After exercising for a week or 2, you may actually begin to feel the muscle contraction pull your penis up and in. The anus will feel like it's closed super tight. If you practice the testicle breathing or already opened your microcosmic orbit, when you do the power lock, it will be much easier to get the hot sexual ching to enter the sacrum. Otherwise, this area is usually a little difficult to work through because sperm chi energy is denser than other types of chi and has to be pumped up. That's where the sacral pump comes in. When the energy finally goes up into your head, you'll have the very distinct feeling of warmth and tingling sensations from the energy. The usual immediate response is that it feels good and amazingly refreshing. Practice the power lock until you can pull up the sexual energy from the penis to the head in one pipe. In the beginning, you can just go from one station to another. Later, the back channel, governor channel, will feel more open. Eventually, you'll be able to put your mind in the testicles and at the crown of the head and just bring the sexual energy from the testicles all the way up to the brain. Take time to really feel the sexual energy when you practice. Don't rush it, and always keep those pumps going after the exercise as you breathe in and out. Gradually use more mind than physical pull when you do all this. Let the energy feeling be your guide. A final refinement to remember is that the lower contraction is not centered in the stomach or abdominal region. We concentrate on the front of the undertrunk, the penis, perineum, and urogenital diaphragm. Our goal is to so train these muscles that they immovably dam up the seminal river. Then we will reverse the river's flow and flood the body with restorative energy. Do not be concerned if you feel little effect during the first days of practice. Students need varying amounts of time before heat flows from the testicles. You must develop intense concentration. Keep the mind from wandering. Allow thoughts and images to leave without following them. During practice, close the eyes and follow the energy's path. The mind should not stray to thoughts or fantasies, but strictly track the course of the power. This may sound very difficult. You will be amazed at how quickly you can become sensitive to your own energy. When you experience these energies within yourself, you will know exactly what we mean. Since the energy flows along natural courses, it guides your mind, even as your mind guides the power. For the method to be effective, You must not ejaculate for 30 days. After ejaculatory orgasm, the body must begin anew to accumulate enough chi pressure in the testes. If you have not learned to hold in the seed during intercourse, refrain from sex during this 30-day period. In this manner you will experience the full power of the method. Begin learning now to sacrifice ejaculatory pleasure for greater pleasures to come. When you have accomplished these scrotal exercises with proficiency, you may more quickly master retention of the vital seed during lovemaking. This is the main teaching of sexual kung fu. Though they may appear elementary, the exercises in this chapter are highly refined techniques for increasing vital power. Nothing will come of nothing. You must spend time in practice to reap the benefits. An ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory. You must be willing to surrender a part of time to speedily advance. The practice must become part of your daily routine. You will make some progress if you do the exercise more often than not, but if you practice as regularly as jumping from bed in the morning, progress will be swift. Scrotal compression and power lock may seem simple and too rudimentary to affect spiritual development, but their proper mastery is essential before you can move on to loving a woman with full command of your sexual and spiritual powers. Your sexual essence is an elixir of life and the fountain of your youth, and is worth training vigorously to safeguard.